Welcome back, Officer Republic. Of course, Honorable Police Chief APGAINS. Obviously, I've not been home in a long time. That's because my puppy Booby just got his balls chopped off. He's doing well. I can't tell if he's going to be a happy puppy or not because he's just high as fuck all the time. He just goes and sleeps. But hopefully when the medication wears off and he realizes he no longer has balls, he'll still be a happy puppy. But it got me thinking. I'm spending so much time away from my house, away from my computer, and away from Galaxy of Heroes with my beautiful puppy and the woman that I love. What could CG possibly do to take me away from such unbridled happiness, such immense pleasure? What could they possibly do to pull me back in and get me to spend money? Now, I've only ever spent money on one other character in the past, or only ever wailed on one other character in the past, and it was Hondo Inaka. And while it was your money and not my money, shout out to everyone who gave me that PayPal money so that I could instantly turn it back into Google Play and then instantly buy Hondo. That was actually kind of funny. It was a miserable experience, and I very much hated it. It was truly painful. I don't know how Arnold does it every single marquee character. Even if you are profiting off of it, which he does, and I technically did. If you look at the total amount of money I raised versus the amount of money I had to spend, I made money on that stream. It was still just a disgusting and painful experience. But just like any good addiction, it doesn't matter. What would bring me back? Now, what's left is I have two things. Now, everyone knows that for the longest time, the second that they drop like an actual fighting Grogu, like Grogu with a lightsaber or a Grogu who is a standalone character, and not just one of the million replicants of Grogu inside of the stupid IG droid, I would probably go gung-ho on that character by any means necessary. Now, I think maybe with the new Mandalorian movie coming out, there's maybe... I would imagine that that's the opportunity that they take to make Grogu like a fighting character, because I think it would just be awesome. Now, they're not keeping Capital Games' monetization in mind when they're like, fuck, we could get a standalone Grogu character in this movie so CG can make money. Obviously, they don't give a fuck about that. But I think it would be a good opportunity for them to do. And actually, the first one is any Grogu that is by himself, I would get. Now, I don't know what they would do because he'd be so small. Like, he's smaller than Yoda and smaller than Hoda. So it'd be like, can you see him? Is he even big enough to be a character? Maybe he has some sort of like platform that he stands on or something. There would have to be something to make the character model a little bit bigger. Obviously, I imagine some sort of rock he stands on or something like that. And that's kind of the idea that they've had with IG Grogu and the other IG droid is like, he's there, but the character model needs to be big enough for the game to actually work and for you to actually be able to see him. So he's got his droid there. But if they could figure that out, I would probably go balls deep. Oh man, too soon. If Booby hears me say that, he's gonna be so mad. He's gonna be like, "What do you mean balls deep? APGAINS? What do you mean balls deep? Where am I?" It's gonna be that South Park episode like, "Summer, where are my balls?" So yeah, I would grip it and I would rip it on a Grogu if he's by himself. Even if he doesn't have a lightsaber, if he's just standing on a rock and uses the Force, even if he's a passive character, I don't give a fuck. I would go balls deep. Now, the second and final, I've talked about this on stream a lot, and by scrolling all the way down to the bottom, you know instantly. If we got a motherfucking Gunji, I would go fucking... Not only would I spend money on Gunji, well, realistically, I would raise money in donations and then spend that money. So it's like a net neutral. So it really isn't that bad. But I would Relic 7 Gunji so fucking fast. But also, I would probably Relic the rest of the Chewbacca's. Or not the Chewbacca's. I would Relic, like, Clone Wars Chewie, Zalbar, Clone Wars. Like, I would go deep on Wookiees if we got a Gunji. I don't care if the team sucks. I don't care if it's a fucking Conquest Omicron. I wouldn't apply it, obviously. But I would go so fucking hard for a stupid Gunji. And I've been talking about this for so many years. And when will CG finally fucking give me Gunji? Now, I know we're likely going into some Clone Wars content coming into Q1 and Q2 of this year. So Capital Games, please take my money. Or more realistically, please take the super chats and donations that were given to me that I then repurposed to you to receive a Gunji. Please, I beg you. All right. I came home just to get new clothes. I got to go back and be with the woman and the puppy and make sure they're okay and give them lots of love. CG, if you want me back, Gunji. All right. Bye-bye.